Stop relying on men for assistance. God has the last say in your life, so trust Him. You've encountered a difficulty or two every day of your life. Some issues are minor enough that you can handle them on your own. However, some are so critical that you'll require assistance to fix them. The issue is that you occasionally seek assistance from areas where you have no business seeking assistance. God has made it simple for you to contact Him and seek for assistance anytime you require it. However, it appears that you are disregarding His offer. You tend to forget that God is the only one who can solve your difficulties. You should get into the habit of praying to God all the time, whether or not you have a problem. Most individuals nowadays appear to only pray to God when they are facing difficulties. Another issue is that you forget about God once He has helped you with your issues. You become impatient waiting for Him at times. God observes everything that is going on and is in charge of it all. God keeps an eye on you and lets you do anything you choose. He's an expert in everything. He is aware of all of your circumstances, but if you do not involve Him, He may never get involved. God's blessings are numerous, and one of them is the ability to live. So, as long as you're alive, you owe God gratitude for the gift of life. You are able to tackle little difficulties not because of your own strength, but because God has given you the knowledge and insight to do so. The fact that you are able to solve some of your life's challenges might make you feel proud at times. Then you act as if you don't need God in your life any longer. This act of arrogance would not go unpunished by God, who despised arrogance. When you have a larger challenge to address, you realize that you have God on your side. This might be the cause for some delayed prayers, as God may be putting your faith to the test. If you continue to believe in God and trust that He will help you, He will not abandon you to your worries. However, if you stop believing along the path, God will turn away from you and enable you to explore for the alternatives you seek. You should understand that seeking support outside of God will never be as effective as having God stand in the gap for you. The majority of these options also come with a cost that must be paid in the near future. Most of these costs are excessive, and you will come to regret not waiting on God. You may prevent these regrets if you just only be patient and wait for God to work wonders in your life. No one can equal God's abilities. He has complete authority over the world and everything on it. God endowed men with the ability to solve minor issues. When you have an issue and you still go to mankind to fix it, it shows you don't trust God. God has everything set out for you, and He has given everyone a coping capacity. God, for the most part, will not enable you to confront obstacles that are greater than you. Because of our reaction and behavior, small obstacles can often appear to be large. We complicate basic problems. The greatest method to cope with any difficulty, large or small, is to pray to God first and place your trust in Him. God is also merciful. As a result, even if you make mistakes, you have the option to remedy them. God has provided you with all of the answers to your issues as well as everything you require to thrive in life. God is a vengeful being. Men who want to share His splendor are frowned upon by Him. God's support is the finest form of support someone can have. It's all in God's plan for you. God is aware of your destiny and the route that leads to it. A life without God is a life devoid of meaning. If you seek God, He will gladly show you the path. Each person's journey is unique, and comparing oneself to others is a common error. You put your faith in others to guide you along the right road. Even those individuals, on the other hand, are unaware of their own journey. It's the equivalent of a blind man asking another blind man for assistance crossing the street. God knows everything. He understands precisely what you need and when you need it. Trusting God to guide and safeguard you on your life's journey is the greatest method to ensure you're on the correct track. When it comes to His people, God will never turn aside. If you constantly pray to God, He will never abandon you when you are in need of assistance. God enjoys assisting His people, and He has a plan for everyone. When you work, it often feels as if you aren't getting anywhere. This might be due to a variety of factors, such as your failure to place your trust in God, or you think you can handle it on your own. Alternatively, you might place your faith in man. These might be the causes for your lack of success. There are other easy steps you may take to remedy these errors. At the start of your strategy, commit everything to God's hands and report everything to Him. Also, remember to thank God for your victories and to inform Him of any obstacles you are having. If you perform all of these things, God will always be willing to assist you. Make certain you don't place your faith on man. Allow God to be by your side, accompanying you on your life's journey. Don't place your faith in others. Always pray to God because it is the only way to establish a healthy connection with Him and for Him to reveal His will to you. You can only be confident you're leading a worthwhile life if you know God's intention for you. God's will lead you along the road that is right for you. Only then will you be able to fulfill your destiny. All of this has already been arranged by God, and He is ready to lead you through it. There will, of course, be difficulties along the road, because no successful person's narrative is complete without obstacles. Challenges are what keep tales fascinating, and they also strengthen successful individuals. Overcoming obstacles allows you to develop in God's grace. It aids in the strengthening of your confidence in God, and if you put all of this into action, you'll be able to achieve your goals. God just desires the best for you. However, you occasionally act as if you have no idea what you want for yourself. Having your life planned out is a good thing. However, you should be aware that you did not create yourself, and God, who did, had to have a reason for doing so. Submit everything of your plans to God for evaluation. Your fate has already been written and cannot be altered. So, talk to God to find out what He wants you to do and what He has prepared for you. One of the most important keys to God's heart is fasting and prayer. Keep your devotion to God unwavering. Demonstrate your dedication while also ensuring that you do not offend against God. Read the Bible and live your life as the Scriptures have advised you to. You discover that life is a straightforward path with God. You are the one who makes things more difficult for yourself. You forget that you are not the one who created yourself. The infallibility of God's Word is unbreakable. So, today, take a stance, since God has the last say. God is not a man who lies, and He is not a son of man who repents. Heaven and earth may pass away, but God's promise to you remains true. If you don't give up, your adversary will. Every day, the adversary fights to take God's promises of health, prosperity, and breakthrough from you. In your life, however, God's word is definitive. One of them is staying alive. So, as long as you're alive, you owe God gratitude for the gift of life.